Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to My Chamber TV, the Tarpon Springs edition. And man, you got a killer lineup today. I am very happy about this.
I like to outdo myself every single month.
And you have done.
Thank you.
You have succeeded, right? So the first guest we have on here is Brendan and Liz Miniter, right? And you are with Change Starts Here. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, we're going to have they're going to come in, they're like a church group or they're a nonprofit or something like that.
Surprise.
They power wash.
Surprise.
Which is change.
Yes,
right? Yeah. I get it. So first of all, I want to know what made you start Change Starts Here, and how'd you get the name?
That's an interesting story.
It is a very interesting.
And you've only got 8 minutes left.
Go ahead, Doris. Take it away.
Okay, so me and Brendan actually started off as friends, and we were always talking about how we wanted to make a difference. And so we actually had the vision to create a nonprofit. And the goal is to basically be able to give people second chances,
right.
Regardless of whether they're struggling with active addiction or if it's a mental health issue. It's like, okay, well, how do we get them through the process of like point A, where it's like, okay, they may just need to get checked into a facility, to, okay, now they're going back into the real world and they need jobs and all these sort of things. Well, with that big, huge vision in mind, we're like, well, what's the baby steps for it? One of them being they'll need a place of employment, and so we came up with the name Change Starts Here, and we were like, we're gonna go ahead and create that place of employment for them.
Awesome.
Nice.
So if they can't find a place out there somewhere else, hey, you can go ahead and like work for us until you find something else, or hey, maybe you can figure out.
You may find a long-time employee that does really, really well.
Yes, exactly.
And then if that gives them good experience, good hands-on experience, literally.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that in mind, December we came up with the name, went ahead and saved the EIN, and then kind of
That was a year
molded
ago.
from there.
Yeah.
A year ago.
It's been
Wow.
A year ago. And then, so you started this nonprofit, and then what happened in
We
January?
No,
have
it's not a
started
nonprofit yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Right now, as we're basically as a network for the Change Starts Here
Yeah.
services,
Got it.
I've been kind of like picking and going, oh, this person's probably going to be good for it. Because I know we're going to need an army of probably about 20 to 25 people
Oh, yes.
to
You
launch
guys are
the vision
busy.
that we have. Yeah.
So let's go right into what does Change Starts Here do?
Well, we are a pressure washing company at the moment, and we also do soft washing. So we take care of all of the exterior cleaning needs that you might have. We wash roofs, we do pool decks, we do pool cages, we clean up gutters, anything that you need.
Those
except
vinyl fences that are really tough to keep clean.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
What's the
And,
best way to take care of those?
the best way to
Our Change Starts Here.
well, besides hiring Change Starts Here, if you can't afford us, the best thing to do would probably, honestly,
It's a
to get
lot of
a little
work.
bit, to get a little bit of water and maybe some bleach and a pump sprayer and spray it down, and you'll have to keep on doing that every once in a while. But that's an inexpensive way. But if you were to hire us, it would definitely stay cleaner for quite a bit
lot
longer.
longer.
Yeah.
They could put you on a maintenance program, come down every month and just
yeah.
Do that. I mean, but
Just saying.
that's the kind of thing you see. Vinyl fences all the time really need to just sometimes just be touched up as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My motto is always, if you see it green or black, we've got your back.
there you go.
I
Now,
like
so
that.
everybody thinks they can just go out and get a pressure washer and you go at it, and that's not the case, right?
Yeah,
Correct. That's one of the biggest, misconceptions is a lot of people think, oh, we're using pressure, and we're not. What we're doing is we're actually applying a product and then just rinsing it off. Think about when you go to your car wash.
Oh, okay.
And you've got the car washes that have all the paddles, and like a lot of times they leave those little, very minor, but you still see them, those scratches.
The spider scratches,
Yeah.
yep.
And then you've got the, touchless wash instead. So think of soft wash as your touchless wash.
Got it.
That's a great, what a great analogy that is. That's good,
So that's
really good.
different than pressure washing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You don't, on houses or roofs, you don't want to use any pressure at all because you can damage something. We use cleaning chemicals to get rid of any algae or mold or dirt or anything like that. And it's something that you might want to do before you paint. Actually, it's something you definitely want to do before you paint.
Look at them out there going at it.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
that. Yes.
Oh, of course,
Before-
the
Nice legs. Nice legs there, buddy.
Working out a little bit,
But that's the thing. I didn't realize there was difference in that.
Yeah.
You also do extras too, I saw. And what are some of those extras?
Absolutely. for that?
I painted this lady's driveway right here. That is some rust removal up in the top left-hand corner. That is a specialty of ours. It takes a special chemical to get it out. It's a little more expensive than some of the other stuff, but
Right.
it's definitely worth it. I've also got into drain clean outs.
Tile.
Yeah, it came out really good. And that was actually a furniture store that I did that hadn't seen a pressure washer in years.
Ever.
No kidding.
Like,
I don't think
ever.
so, no.
Oh, there's the vinyl fence
Yeah.
thing, and that's partially done.
Yeah, my wife actually did this one right here.
You
She
go,
did a
girl.
great
I
job.
know, he's training me really well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
funny story, I am the absolute worst at taking before and after pictures, and when you guys said that you needed some, this fence on the left side, that's the pictures from when we did it back in July, and I forgot to do after photos. So this is what it actually looks like now. And as you can see, there is a little bit of dirt down there. on
That's
the bottom.
splash
All
up.
you have to literally
That's
do is
splash
just
up.
rinse
That's
it
not that
off,
big a deal.
and then
Right.
it'll be done. But here we are, so July, August, September.
Oh, you get on tile roofs?
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you.
Wow.
I enjoy it actually.
Really?
That's
Because I'm scared of it. So,
I'm scared of
No,
it.
seriously. So
That's a
I like
lot of
doing things
work.
that make
Look
me
at that.
uncomfortable.
So I can understand now why the name change starts here, right? And you're giving these guys that need change. It's like pressure washing it. You start off with a bad slate, you clean it, and
Yeah.
it's a clean slate, and
Yeah,
now
I like
you're giving them a purpose. That is going to be, you guys are going to do very well.
Yeah.
Very, very well.
I think it's
Very,
neat
very
because you're
well.
working your passion.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really kind of unique. And
It
a lot
is.
of people
It
don't,
is.
don't have that.
Yeah.
And to come in with the vision and then say, okay, how do we do the baby steps, as you're
Right.
saying, and then come back in the back end of it, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
exciting.
You got to crawl before you run.
Well, luckily I found an amazing partner.
You
My
have.
wife right here.
Good for you.
She really gets me going because
You
there's a lot
married
of
up.
days
That's
where I want to
awesome.
get lazy, but she definitely puts a fire under me.
Well, do you
So
know,
where all do you guys work out of? No, so what areas do you cover? I'm sorry.
do you know they're newlyweds?
I would never known. Listen to him go a while ago. I'm
Yes,
like,
yes.
they've known each other a long time.
January 16th, I got to marry my
Golly.
That's
New business, new marriage,
Yeah.
great vision.
Yeah.
So what area do you cover?
Right now, it's Pinellas, parts of Pasco, Hillsborough, and parts of, Manatee?
It's either
County.
Manatee or Sarasota. We did a job way down in Palmetto, Florida, so whatever
wow.
county that one belongs
okay.
to.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the size of the job and
Right.
the needs and that sort of thing. We're obviously not going to travel 100 miles.
So you're not going to go to Jacksonville? Come on, what's wrong with Jacksonville?
Yes.
That needs you guys.
But if,
But there's so much
the
work
Tri-County
local.
area.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
but if Shaquille O'Neal wants me to come out and clean his house, and
Well, there you go.
Orlando,
Who
I
would
will
say
definitely-
no, right?
I know.
Got to say yes to the
That
Shaquille.
purple roof really needs to get clean.
Yeah, there you go. So what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Definitely either call or text. That is the fastest response for us. If it's something that can take a couple of days, then the email, you can always use the website to contact us or any of the social media avenues as well.
Okay. That's
But the
absolutely
phone or
phenomenal.
text is the best.
Phone or text.
Yep.
So
And
you,
that phone
so
number
you
is
guys,
up
you're
there.
okay with the, hey, I'm reaching out to,
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I see that, I'm going, God, can you just
Yeah.
not call me?
We always
I'm an
call
old
to
guy, call me.
confirm. I want to actually hear a person's voice to
Yeah.
make sure that it's legit,
Yeah.
Okay.
beforehand, but.
Very,
yeah.
well, thank you for being on.
Oh,
Hey,
absolutely.
everybody,
Thank
stick
you, guys.
around.
Yeah.
Gene has done a fabulous job on lining up some great interviews today. We even got a doctor coming on. He's going to make us all feel good and
Yes.
look good, and he'll be smart like us. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, we're back, and you know what? We were just talking about cleaning up, and now we're going to clean up some more, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is
Different level of cleaning
a
up.
whole different level.
Oh, yes.
Aiden and Doris Metz. Now, I know Miss Metz, which we were networking together.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys own All Dry North Tampa Bay, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I know what you do. Gene knows what you do. Let's tell everybody at home what you do.
Well, we are a new franchise. We started last February. And All Dry Services, the corporate company, has been in business since 2011.
Right.
So we're not new in that sense. They started out of Jupiter. last year, they opened it up, or 2 years ago, they opened it up to everybody that wanted to, buy a franchise. They were the fastest growing restoration company last year in the United States.
Right.
Wow.
Yes, and I think in the top 50, overall growing businesses last year. So, we're looking for something to do. My husband and I, Craig, liked this business because when you have a disaster, whatever it may be that has to do with water, fire, mold, we can help.
Right.
Because those things happen, and we wanted to be someone with a company that could help people. And that's what we started out doing. Very small, family owned. We brought my son in.
I was going to say,
Yep.
two last name Metz.
Yes. So Aiden is a head tech here, and he has, been through training, technical training, and he can tell you about all the equipment we brought in to show, but we are just here to help in any emergency, or just if you find mold in your home. Get it out. It makes you sick.
So
Find that.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you detect the mold?
Right. So we can do visual inspections. So we do our estimates completely free, no matter what, no matter how far away they are, how big they are, completely free. So visual inspections, we can see some growth, maybe on the inside of a wall, on the outside of drywall. After that, if the customer would like to go through insurance or like to get a mold assessment, then a third-party company would come and do that mold assessment. So we don't do that ourselves. We find it a conflict of interest. If we're doing our own mold test, we can say that they're
Makes
good.
sense.
Sure, there's mold.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Hire me.
Right. So we have another company, work with a couple different companies that do the assessments. They turn it into us and the homeowner, and then you can turn that into insurance, and that helps your fight with insurance because it's proof. It's tested in a scientific lab, what type of mold, what the percentage of mold is.
There's
and
different types of mold.
There's hundreds of different
I
types.
had no idea.
Some more deadly than others. And when we find out exactly what type of mold, then we can tweak our services to help that individual and their home.
So you do full removal of the mold.
Correct, yeah. Full removal, sanitization, encapsulation, which we actually have a good story to tell you. In Hurricane Ian, this one house that we were doing demo work, part of this house, the wood beams were already painted white, which is the encapsulation. So this house was under 6 feet of water for about 24 hours.
Wow.
Once we took down that wall, there wasn't a single speck of mold on that white encapsulation paint.
The part
Wow.
that had been treated
No
was
kidding.
pristine.
So that's one of the last steps that we do, because you're encapsulating the wood, not letting the growth grow back on the wood, and it sanitizes again and kills the mold if there happens to be any
Yep.
left. So it was pretty amazing when we took down that wall and we saw that there was encapsulation there. It means that there was a previous mold job done there,
And it was still,
perfect.
it was perfectly.
Wow.
Hurricane Ian could not put mold on those studs. So that's what we do. We can help fix it, get rid of it, sanitize it, treat it, and if something happened with water, it wouldn't happen again.
Okay, so when you guys come in, and this may be a loaded question. When you guys come in and you go, oh, whether it's a fire, flood, or mold, and you pull all of the, you pull the drywall off. Are you contractors, or you go back and put put everything back together as it was?
That's a great question. We actually don't. We don't do the build back. Again, we find that as another conflict of interest. If I'm taking out your wall, I can keep taking out more and more and more because I know I'm going to be putting back more and more and more.
Right.
And charging
Okay.
more.
We don't want our customers to ever feel like we're trying to
Stick it to
get
them.
at them. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So that's why we don't do that.
So you're problem solvers.
Correct.
You go in, take care of the problem, and then somebody else comes back and goes, we get to do the clean part of this.
Yes, and if anything's salvageable, we try to save it so that there's not extra cost involved.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we work with some great general contractors, so we can absolutely recommend you people that we know and that we trust. But these customers, they can do, they can go hire whoever they want. It's completely their choice, and we make sure that they know that.
But you'll treat everything before they, like the encapsulation. So the studs may be good, the drywall may be bad. You go in, dry the place out.
Yes,
Coat everything that needs to be coated.
Yes.
And then your contractors come in and they put everything back together again.
correct. Yep.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So what kind of gear do you have down here? I'm a techie. I love gear.
Love this stuff.
So this,
Tools of the
this,
trade here.
Ghostbuster machine here.
Ghostbusting machine. That's
We
awesome.
call this the fogger. So you put the antimicrobial in here, which is the plant-based product that we use to kill the molds, turns it into like an aerosol, and you spray this all around the house. This is one of the last steps that you can do.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So say if you're doing like just a little mold area, of course you would do encapsulate or containment.
Right.
And then you would do this just in case any mold spores happen to touch a wall that you weren't working on.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you would wipe it down.
So the molecules for this are smaller than water. So anywhere that water went in, this will get to, behind walls, under floors, everywhere.
Really?
Wow.
So no mold will come after that.
So it's really scientific.
Very.
Yeah, there is a lot of science. That's
Can you breathe that?
Yes, you can.
Non-toxic.
What we use is plant-based, pet-friendly. It's one out of the 12 products on the CDC website that actually kills COVID too. So
No kidding.
right when COVID first happened, there was like 200 something items listed, and then they kept on reducing it more and more. And what we use is on that. It's called Decon 30.
Wow.
It's an
Okay.
amazing product. You can
Okay.
actually- you can get it on Amazon if you'd like. It's
No. I'm gonna call you. I'm not messing with that stuff. I'm just
you've
saying.
got all the
That's your
choices.
job.
We can do it.
What else have you got here?
So here, this is my little inspection case here. So I bring this to all my inspections, a bunch of different gadgets. One of the main things is the water moisture meter. So
Okay.
this is going to tell you how much water is in whatever surface you're going to put it onto. So you hear that beep there. Obviously,
Oh,
if
don't do it here. There's water everywhere, baby. I'm just
I put it
saying
to
right now.
myself, you'll see obviously
Yeah.
moisture on here. It's not wet, so it's not going to be.
Thank God.
So that one's a good fun one. And then we also have the thermal imaging.
I have one of those.
Yes.
I use that for ghost hunting.
Exactly.
You can, yes.
I do.
What I like about this one is this actually just
could
plugs
be your
right
side
into
job.
your phone.
Yep.
Right, yeah. So it plugs right into your phone, and it's still 4K imagery, so you can just take a picture, immediately send it to the client
Yep.
if they don't happen to be there. So that's a big fan of that.
Very good.
Last thing here would just be the fans that we use. A lot of customers actually think that there's some huge fans that's going to take up the whole house, and they're actually pretty small, low profile, as you see.
And pretty light, too.
They're pretty light, yeah, they're not bad at all.
We have a ton of those, and we use them as needed in every spot that you can think of. It dries everything out.
Right.
So so we only have a few seconds left. What area do you guys cover?
Right, so it's down basically to Gun Highway, all the way up to Spring Hill, the Hernando.
A little bit of Brooksville, a little bit of
Pasco.
Tarpon Springs, Newport Richie, Port Richie.
Nice.
Yep,
Awesome. And the best way to get a hold of you?
our number.
Phone number.
We have a website, we have a web page, and you just put in that number there, and that'll be us.
That's awesome.
If you call the owner, my father, Craig Metz, he answers within the first 2 rings every single time. He
That's
will not miss
awesome.
your call.
Yes, there is no corporate office. You get us directly,
That's
24/7.
There's no talking to robots.
That's awesome.
right.
Thank you guys for being on.
You are
Everybody
welcome.
stick around. We got more great guests coming up. Gene did a great job this month. See you in a few minutes. And welcome back. And you know what? We went from pressure cleaning to cleaning your house. Now we're talking about health.
Yeah.
Health is important.
This is high pressure stuff.
Right. This is Dr. Michael Longley. That last name sounds familiar.
I think that
How do we know that
one
last
of his
name?
relatives, Christine Longley, was on last quarter talking
right.
about Girl Talk.
Yeah, my sister. That's my twin sister, I think.
Twin
Is
sister.
how that story goes.
Okay.
Yes, and-
But you're with Advent Health North Pinellas
Yes.
in Tarpon Springs.
Yes, I am. I've been there actually practicing as an ER physician since 2009.
No kidding, I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yeah, and came back about 3.5 years ago as the chief medical officer. Fortunately, I still get to practice at our Palm Harbor Emergency Department in Nebraska, but most of my time is spent in the main hospital doing that
Okay.
work.
That's
Yeah, so
awesome.
it's been great.
You may have treated me a couple times.
It is
Because I was there
possible.
back in the day.
It is possible.
Just saying.
Yes. And I have been into that ER when I had have something done, and my
Yes.
foot reset in there.
It was probably a different ER than it is today.
It is a completely different ER.
Yes.
Then let's talk about that.
And the hospital is different.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
So
Things.
it's exciting. A lot of exciting things have happened, and I think the last time I was here a couple years ago, and I'm trying to remember if that was pre-pandemic even.
I think it was
could have been.
pre-pandemic,
It may have
yes.
We were talking about a brand new ER which has
Yep.
which went up and is fully functioning as of about a little over a year ago.
Nice.
18 private rooms, which has been a game changer for things
it's-
like the pandemic.
It's
Right.
beautiful. Our board toured that last month, and I will tell you, it's really jaw-dropping. We've got some pictures of this because it's really, it doesn't feel like an ER.
It's amazing, and the privacy, it's very quiet. Even when we're busy, patients are wondering.
There's the lobby.
Oh, there's the lobby. Yeah, well, that was a great event too, and you can see a beautiful picture by
They
Chris.
got a piano there? I can go play the piano?
Absolutely.
No, I can't play the piano.
Well, it plays itself. Just
Oh, that's
you
even,
sit
I can
there
just
and
look there and
Okay.
That's
look
right.
pretty.
Yeah, we need to flip forward to some of the pictures of the ER and the
You'll get there.
Yep, it'll get
You'll
there.
get there.
We've
It's
got
been
so much to talk about.
So it's been just great for the doctors, the nurses, the PAs, the patients, and you can see it there, a brand new ambulance entrance. There's the lobby, and it's just completely changed how
That does not look like an
care's
ER.
given.
Look at the rooms.
That's one of our pediatric rooms there.
Oh, honestly, I'd go there.
Yes,
Just saying.
I mean, and that's the
Oh, there's our orthospine unit up on our 8th floor. That's opened also since the last time I was here. And
Wow.
those are, I call those double wides. Those rooms are huge. It was our old labor and delivery section. So beautiful
okay.
rooms.
Yep.
8th floor, you can get the best view in the hospital. And it's dedicated to our orthopedic patients and our spine patients. And so the level of care is just going up everywhere, and it's really led to a ton of awards that we've been able to achieve and give the community what they want. And
Right.
that is the quality that they've been asking for and hoping for and really needing for many, many years.
Right.
And we're kind of matching what the hospital looks like with the care and the quality of medicine that we're providing. So it's been a really exciting 3 or 4 years at that place.
Well, I saw the beginnings of this when I had hip replacement surgery, and that was about 4 years ago, and so I started to see the beginning changes then, and it's astounding. I mean, I got fabulous care at that time, but maybe I'll go back for something this time.
Well, come on by. We can always tour you. You don't have to get sick to come in, you know. And I think we chatted about that. You did not have it done robotically, correct?
That's correct.
And since then we did get the Mako robot, which just allows
I was hoping you were going to bring him along with you.
They won't let him out. He starts shaking and rattling, and sounds go off when you get him near the exit door. But just a really high quality instrument that allows really high levels of precision for the surgeon and a lot quicker recovery time because of minimal invasion.
Wow.
And smaller incisions. And then we just added another robot called the Mazor robot, which allows us to do really complex spine surgeries and get
Wow.
access and angles that you can't get
Right.
without the robot. So a lot of exciting things happening there.
Okay.
I mean, this is a amazing hospital, and watching in the 5 years that I've been here, watching it grow, it is becoming what you just described. The hospital care is just getting to be phenomenal.
It's amazing. You know, some of the other things, we all know, you know, cardiac disease is such a big deal everywhere.
Right.
And some of the things that we've been able to do, we've received some accreditations from the American College of Cardiology and the Joint Commission, and we're one of the only designated heart care centers in the area because of some of these accreditations. So in heart failure and chest pain, and our cath lab is accredited, and so a lot of these things, and people don't know, the gem that is that hospital right now.
I would have. So if you'd have asked me about all of that, spine, cardiac, I'd be like, not Tarpon Springs. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
You
you're
would think
talking
you'd
big
have to-
hospitals
have to
over
go
in
to a
Tampa.
specialty
Right,
place.
exactly.
Right, and I think one of the things I would probably say that I'm most proud about is the environment now with patients and doctors and nurses. The culture of the hospital it's a different vibe there. You walk in, it's always been a family feel, but everybody is excited to be there.
Right.
We're seeing doctors bring patients from several zip codes away to do procedures there.
Wow.
And to me, that's a big testament to
Okay.
the work that's being done. So, and I got to brag on the ER staff too. Can I brag on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we measure our patient satisfaction and basically would they recommend the hospital or the care or the ER to their friends or family. And our ER, both ERs, the main and the Palm Harbor freestanding ER, receive top quartile marks for willingness to recommend. And that to me that's not something that we're telling people to say. That's what they're writing on their surveys after they receive care.
Wow.
Wow.
And we've done it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The teams are just awesome. And it's just an exciting time to be there and see all the things that we've talked about doing finally happening.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was in there about 6 months ago, in the one in
Okay.
Palm Harbor, and it
Yep.
was just amazing. Everybody was checking back and forth, and it really was a team. And the doctor that came in to reset my foot said, "Okay, I'm going to do the following. Are you okay with that? It's going to hurt."
okay with that? Oh, okay.
And I said, "Do I have a choice?" He goes, "Yes, but." And it was great because, yes, it hurt. And then immediately somebody came in and was putting ice on it, and they were conversing. They actually did work as a team, and I was just impressed, terribly impressed.
Now, did I see something about strokes and stuff?
Well, we are a primary stroke center, so
Okay.
we did receive that designation from the Joint Commission.
That's
and,
awesome.
And part of the work that goes into that, when you're having a stroke, time is of the essence.
Yes.
They say brain is muscle, or I'm sorry, time is muscle. So when you start having symptoms of a stroke, or if somebody notices that you're having symptoms of a stroke, we have a very limited window to take care of that clot, if it's a
got it.
clot that's causing the problems. And so to be a primary stroke center, we need to, from the time that the patient walks in till we give that medicine, has got to be less than 60 minutes.
Wow.
And we're achieving that, and some of the work that we've done with all the things that lead to stroke and then the aftercare of stroke, like diabetes and controlling blood pressure and cholesterol and obesity, all of these things have contributed to our Gold Plus Award that the American Heart Association gave us.
Right.
Which is
So-
one of the awards that was just up on the screen a few
Correct,
minutes
yeah.
ago.
So there's a lot of people that work hand in hand. There's teams not only at the bedside, but in our quality department and,
Right.
and our nursing teams and physicians that champion these projects. So it's a team sport, hands down. Good healthcare has got to be a team sport, and that's what we're seeing. And
What a great
we're seeing
analysis.
some success with that.
Guess what?
I would love to keep him on and keep
I
going, but
know.
we got to go because we're already over.
We're out of time.
Well, hey,
Doc,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming
I know.
on. It was
It's
absolutely
it's always
phenomenal.
a pleasure.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you guys.
So everybody stick around. We got another great guest coming right up after these messages. And you know what? Now we're back. So we've talked power washing, deep cleaning when you have a flood. We talked about our health. And now, what's the best way to stay calm and healthy? Is go on a boat tour.
Absolutely. a
We got
crazy
Sean
boat.
Loucas from the Tiki Bahama Mama Boat Cruise. Correct?
Yes, sir.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
That is.
Let's
Try to say
talk
that fast 5 times.
Nope. I can barely say it once. So, Sean, you were on with us before, and if you don't,
About a year ago.
this is awesome because I work here, kind of. You come in and decorate the setup, but your boat, you were telling me the story about your boat. Let's talk about that real quick. Yeah, sure. Sure. So
You want to relive this?
I'll try to run through it real quick. So I started out with another vessel that I ran for about a year. It was a very nice.
It was.
It was a very nice vessel, but I spent that year asking a lot of questions of my passengers, kind of like market research. Right. And I wanted to know how I can improve the amenities, the comfort, and I wanted to hear it directly from my passengers.
Yeah.
So I became the captain, and I would just talk to them, and it was a very cool, intimate kind of setting on that Tiki boat. So with all of that in mind and taking all the notes over the past year, I set out to design a whole new vessel that incorporated everything that I could possibly fit on it. I have a good friend of mine that used to say, he still says it, he says, you can have any boat you want, you just can't have everything you want on the same boat. That's true.
Right?
Yeah. So I challenge that.
Okay.
And
Wait till you see
like
the
most things in
pictures.
life, I try my best to get everything possible that meets everybody's comfort level, what they're interested in. So this new vessel that we built, it started out on a boat trailer, and I took 3 pontoons,
There we go.
made it into a tri-tune. I built the framing,
Look
put a
at this
deck
thing.
on it, and we just kept building up from there. And so we have a table right there. That's a bonfire table as well. We do treasure hunts. It's a game kind of for pubs on the river. That's a lot of fun. We also have a lot of solar lighting incorporated into this vessel.
Right.
This way, not only does it, and there's the Tiki bar I designed as well that has a couple of shelves inside. The doors slide open and close, so you can keep personal things inside and keep them dry while you're out at sea. And
It's gorgeous.
And we have just a variety of different things for everybody to have fun, because and we're in a very diverse cultural river.
Yes.
So we offer a very nice, eclectic mix of things for everyone. The Greek community is very strong on the Anclote River, and
Yes, they are.
the sponge docks in particular. And there's tons of great restaurants. We're actually right next to, there's a couple of really great restaurants. One is Morgan Mays up the road. Another is a restaurant that we're docked right next to, and it's called Docks Waterfront Bar and Grill. And they also have the ability to create a drink, and you can bring it out on board with you. And it's real easy, convenient. Restaurants all up and down. So we like to offer that, and we do a BYOB type of service, keeping in
And
mind.
that's what's neat, is you get to do your own thing.
Yeah, because when you think about it, the way the tourist industry is these days, people, they tend to get a drink that, especially on a boat, it's not their particular brand, mainly because there's no room to stock every possible
You can't have
right?
every liquor known to man on the. It's just there's not enough room.
Yeah, right. So you take that plus the fact that a lot of these companies are just trying to make as much money as they can, so your drinks tend to be a little bit watered down at times.
Yep.
So this way you're controlling the type of drink you like, the brand you like. For example, I prefer a Tullamore Dew whiskey over a Jameson.
Right.
Who carries Tullamore Dew?
Right.
It's hard to find
is.
Irish whiskey. So we have, we want everyone to be happy, enjoy, and also save a little money on alcohol as well, and just focus on making sure that everybody's comfortable and they're having a wonderful family experience, or perhaps a special occasion, a bachelor or bachelorette party, birthday party, whatever it may be. We just want them to focus on having fun and enjoy themselves out on either the river or out on the.
Okay, so what is a and I hate to use this word, but it's the easiest word. What is a typical tour?
Not 3 hours.
Yes, we don't do 3-hour tours.
Thank God, because I want to come back.
For those who, yes, we don't do one-way tickets.
Yeah, right.
So
Right, and our boat, it's interesting, because we kind of joke, but I wanted to make a vessel that was more substantial than just like we call it the Gilligan Island Specials, which are
Right.
kind of round and
Okay.
they got some barrels under them, and they kind of turn into pinwheels.
Yeah.
In the wind out there, and that's not for everyone. So
No.
we wanted to make sure that we offered something that people could really just sit back and enjoy.
Right.
We can get out of the way of a storm. We also have a full bathroom with a shower head if you want to rinse down all the salt water or whatever.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty nice. Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And coolers as well. So we have complimentary ice, bottled water on board for you as well. So we try to tackle everything you can think of that you might need.
Then you
on
just
board.
bring your specialty drink and food.
Yeah.
I mean, the place is beautiful.
So
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
do you go up and down the river, or do you go up and out to the island and sit for a little bit and then come back in?
Yeah, it's kind of like renting a limo, John. You can have fit maybe say up to 12, 13 passengers, right? But you don't need to have up to that many. But it's a private party, and we do, and you can say where you want to go, and we'll take you there. Our captains are all U.S. Coast Guard certified with masters, 50-ton, 100-ton licenses as well. And we go up and down, like you said, the river. The Anclote River has a lot of culture, a lot of great restaurants and bars with docks. We do a pub crawl. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, you come out and we'll pour you off the boat, pour you back on safely. And,
And somebody else is driving.
someone else is driving. So I think it's a great concept for people, whether they're local or if they're in town for a short stay or even doing a team building exercise.
That's what I was going to say. So if I wanted to bring 5 or 6 or 8 people out there, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
And the thing is, if I want my family to go out for the half a day, what is that, 4 hours?
Yes. So, we do. We have a starting package
Okay.
of 2 hours, and we really haven't changed our pricing much compared to our smaller vessel that was a single story.
Really?
Not really. I
that
mean,
was
the
very
fuel
reasonable.
cost, as you know, has gone up considerably, and now we have a much larger engine because it's a much larger vessel. So it's gone up slightly, but that's the only reason why. And how we do it is it's like $3.99 for up to 6 passengers. So just like a limo, you could have 2 people or you can have 6, right?
Okay.
Really, it's up to you how much space you want on
Right,
board.
right.
Our sweet spot for comfort, I found, is about 10 people.
Okay.
But you can have up to 13 paid passengers, and you can also have we also have a video drone landing launching pad on the second deck.
Oh, really?
I'm a drone guy.
So that would be for our tours. People want to bring their drone.
Yeah.
And make a video to show their family or friends.
That's awesome.
Of all the islands and the river and everybody having a good time. So
What's the best, because we're out of time, and what is the best way people to get hold of you?
well, the best way to get a hold of us, if you're in town, just stop by the Sponge Docks in Tarpon Springs.
Okay.
Down at the marina.
At the marina, you can go right to the Tarpon Springs Chamber of Commerce Welcome Center that's right there, and they'll point you right to us. They'll point
Okay.
out the window, and you can see our boat from their window. Or you can go directly to our website. Our website is Tiki Tavern Nautica, and that's .com, and you can book right online, and
Awesome.
you can do 2 hours, you can do 4 hours, you can add an extra hour if you'd like.
Great Christmas present.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking for something fun to do in Tarpon, I don't care if you're in Tarpon or not. I don't care if you're in Newport, Richey, or Clearwater. You need to go down and do a boat ride with this gentleman. Right? I mean, look at the set. I mean,
I know.
this
It's
is
so
his
much fun.
mind. It's
Yeah,
his
come
awesome.
on out. It's a lot of fun. I'm very passionate about it. And I
Cheers.
want everybody to have a great time and move on with life after all this
Craziness.
COVID crazy insanity. And I want them, to enjoy some fresh air and music and friends and family out on the water. So come on out.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages. right, we're back, and you know what, man? We have talked. Let me see: power washing, restoration, cleaning, and flooding. Oh my gosh, health, which is very big deal, and
yes.
we love them to death.
Yes, yes.
And then we talked to Sean, who's just helps us go out and relax. And now we got Dan.
Yes. And
That's-
Dan's going to wind us back up again.
Yeah, because it's
Let me
payroll
introduce-
and HR and
And compliance.
Oh,
But you know what?
I am
He
not
does-
compliant ever.
Well, okay. This is Daniel Mastrodonato, and welcome. He's with Landmark Payroll. Be nice to him because he does my payroll, my HR.
Okay.
He handles the chamber stuff, but he does it with a smile, and he
Always.
actually makes it
How is
fun.
that possible?
Always.
It's so hard to make payroll sexy, so that's what we have to do. Let me tell you. No, I'm serious. It's like, it's just one of those areas that is so necessary,
Yeah.
but it's so boring sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you.
So you tell people, I do payroll, but my clients are super
But my
sexy.
clients love it
Right.
because we make it fun. Yeah, as long as we pay people on time.
So do you
and
handle the
that's-
whole aspect?
Well, me and my team do.
Okay, so you kind of become our HR person?
Oh,
when you-
100%.
Oh, yes.
I have a very extensive background in HR, believe it or not, because I'm not always.
I'm glad to know that
HR
because
type.
I may pick your brain sometime
You can
off the
pick my
record.
brain anytime, Gene,
Okay,
but,
I'm glad to know that.
As far as like, HR and compliance, I have to be up on that.
Right.
Okay, and there's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot.
I don't know how you deal with the woke culture. I just don't. I don't know how.
It's interesting.
It's got to be hard
It's interesting.
because it changes almost like. To me, it feels like it changes daily.
Did you know that COVID brought in 27 new laws
What?
on
No
how
kidding.
to deal with people on the HR side?
Well, how
Compliance.
long they can stay out, what the reasons
How
are for
you
staying
treat
out.
someone that has COVID,
Oh.
how you don't treat someone if they don't have COVID. I mean, you have to, there's so much, COVID is very sensitive, and it became a very sensitive issue with really every employer in the United States or across the world. And at least our government created 27 new laws.
Wow.
So before we go any further, let's talk about what Landmark you actually offer.
Sure.
Because we kind of glazed over that real quick. Let's talk
There's
about
a
all that
lot.
stuff real quick.
It's a lot.
So Landmark does offer a lot. We are a payroll company. We do provide extensive human resources, workers' compensation. We provide benefits. We literally become the outsourced HR department within an organization,
Wow.
or we become the outsourced payroll department if they already have HR.
Okay.
So we work in conjunction, I'll use Gene for example, we work in conjunction with business owners to provide all the compliance, okay? If it's just payroll that we're doing for a client, to make certain that we're providing the payroll, taking care of the quarterly taxes, just the way the government wants it taken care of.
Yes, and I don't have to worry about
Exactly. To pay your employees on time, whether it's with live checks or direct deposit.
Okay.
But we are truly your partner. We come in and we partner with the businesses.
Okay.
So we don't take away or we don't eliminate people's positions. We just enhance it. So hopefully we give time back to a business owner.
Right.
And you do, because one of the nice things about what you're doing, and they've just come on board with us in the last 3 months, is if I need a report, I don't have to chase somebody down. I can sign in and go look for, and there is a huge list of reports. How do I want it?
Yeah.
If an employee says to me, I need a copy of my paycheck from 6 months ago because I'm buying a house or because I'm applying for this or that, I can go in, get it, pull it up, give it to them, or email it to them, whatever they want. I don't have to bother somebody with that. If I pick up the phone and I call one of the gals that does the paperwork, sure, they'll go ahead and do it. But it makes it so easy. And I've never had that. I also don't have to keep the books that you keep with, okay, if somebody comes in and they want to know what's going on, are we keeping all this up? You're keeping it for me.
We do.
Wow.
well.
So now, because a lot of people doesn't know how this works, right?
Correct.
They don't know this. So how does it work? So say I am a company, go, okay, Dan, I want you to take over my books and my HR. What do we do?
Well, first of all, like I said earlier, we come in and we want to preface it by saying we're going to be a partner. We're going to be your partner. So
Okay.
we're going to work together on how you run your business. We're not going to come in and make any changes. That's not what we do, okay?
Okay.
We co-partner with you. So whether, like I said, it's for the payroll or whether it's for HR or both, okay? We're going to work in conjunction with you. We're going to help you follow the rules or establish some rules that you may not have.
Right.
But we're going to really pick up where you started, okay? And then maybe pick up where you ended and meld everything together.
Okay.
For compliance. You want to have a compliant office. You want your payroll to be compliant.
Yeah.
And of course, you want to be ethically correct when you're talking about a lot of sensitive HR issues. So
Right, right.
when we come in and we work with a business owner, or in that case, maybe the administrative assistant within an organization,
Right.
we will say to them, you know, what do you have already in place? We don't want to replace anything if it's going well.
Right, right.
Okay? If you say to me, I need help in this area, then we're going to come in and we're going to help you. So we're going to help you understand what the laws are, okay?
Right.
If you don't know, or we're going to help you follow the law a little bit more closely so that you never really get in trouble.
Right.
You know, with the agencies. And the agencies are just dying, you know, the IRS is just dying to catch people.
Oh, I know. It's like
making a mistake.
They wake up in the morning going, ooh, we're going to get
Right?
someone today.
Isn't that true? That is
And
true.
there's things that we don't even know about that we may do inadvertently
Right.
that you can then help catch ahead of time.
Exactly. You made a really good point earlier, Gene, is that you said that you can go in and you can pull a pay stub for
Right.
an employee. Well, they can too. If they needed to, if it's a Saturday or a Sunday and you're not at the office, I know you are because you work 24 hours a day.
24/7.
If you weren't in the
come on.
office, we could pull up our own pay stubs and we can go and use that pay stub like legal tender if we were going to go for a car loan on a Saturday.
Right, right.
If we were, you know, putting down payment down on a house, we can use that check stub. But we can pull that off of what we call the employee self-service. So you're being super nice by doing it.
Okay.
But they also,
But
the
they have
employees
access
the
as well.
ability.
That's
I did
awesome.
not
Yeah.
realize that, so
Yeah.
you're going to have to tell me
I
how
will be
to do
happy
that.
to.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good.
So
I
what
just
does it
learned
take for me
something.
to get signed up with you?
Very simple. We talk about an agreement. Okay, we do not have contracts. Landmark Payroll does not have contracts, so we do not bind you to a certain length of time with us.
Okay.
We of course would love you to be with us forever.
Right, of
because
course,
That's
of
a great
course.
relationship. And we have a service agreement. Ask for your tax ID number, a copy of a voided check, and then we do the rest. We'll come in, we'll get all of your employee information, we'll put that into our system. If we're looking at a year-end start or the beginning of a new year,
Right.
which is obviously the best, then all I need is the employee demographics. If you're looking at a mid-year, maybe a quarter start, then
right.
we do need to pull reports. But rest assured, we do all of that. The only thing that you need to do is provide us with your tax ID number. And of course, in the state of Florida, we also have the ability to pull that
Right.
through sunbiz.com.
Awesome.
But
Okay.
again, we verify that all the information is correct, have you sign an agreement, and then we take over.
One of the things that we did was mid-year.
Yes,
We did this
we
in
did.
July, I think.
did, yep.
And he worked with our previous payroll company, who was an accounting firm that also does our 990s and some other things, which they're
Mm-hmm. Correct.
going to continue to do. And so they just talked to each other. I didn't have to be in the middle of it, and it just went seamlessly.
And the nice part about having a CPA that you enjoy, that you like, is that we will work with that CPA to get all the documentation on your behalf. So in Jean's case, all she had to do was literally provide us with a voided check, her tax ID number. I worked with her CPA firm, got all the reports, converted them, and the rest was history.
Awesome.
And
Well, we got to go.
Yeah.
We did.
Wow, that was quick.
Okay.
So if you're looking for this kind of service, Dan's your man. That's pretty good. Dan's your man. Dan, well, all right, we'll be back after this. Actually, we've got Gene on the hot seat coming back. We'll be
I
right
know,
back.
we got good stuff.
I saved the best for last. Tarpon Springs, whoop, whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
love the new set here.
You like this?
I do.
I want to see if I could just talk him in and let him leave it all.
Leave it all?
Leave it all.
Including his your little buddy over there.
Well, Kevin may have to go back over, but you know, it is what it is. So
We've got,
you got lots of stuff.
well, it's funny. This is the time of the year when everything is mostly gearing down.
Yes.
But it's not. It's
No?
not. No. Let me thank our corporate sponsors before we
Okay,
get started.
real quick.
Because one of the things that's important to us is having these corporate partners.
Absolutely.
Our platinum is Advent Health North Pinellas. They have been there year after year. They're just a major sponsor for us. Thank you very much. And we just had a wonderful conversation with Dr. Michael Longley. And our silver level sponsor, we have Ameriprise Financial, which is Ann Peterson, and we also have Edward Jones, which is Rich Lundahl. Thank you, guys. They've been there since the beginning as well. We have a couple of new sponsors
Oh, that's
that are
nice.
also at the silver level. Flagship Bank in Tarpon, thank you, guys. Anna Balearis and Linda Orvis are just super in that regard. And then Sandbar Architecture, who is our right now our chairman of the board, Daniel Edgell. So thank you, guys. We really do appreciate that. That keeps our doors open.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Yes.
That's what we need.
Guess what?
What?
97 new members since January.
Only 3 away.
3 away from 100. Do you remember I said the board said, well, you know, since it's after COVID and everybody's really getting going again, we'll give you goal of 50 for the year. We
Right.
hit that the third week in June, and Russ and I looked at each other and said, bring it on.
We can
Let's
do
just
this.
double this.
We can do this.
And I'm willing. Okay, big deep breath. We're at 97, and you know, social media is what's doing it.
Telling you.
We've been doing stuff, but we have really now are getting the word out.
Right.
And the thing is, I mean, like this program, social media is the ticket to all of this. People are on it.
If you're not using social media right now, you're already behind the 8 ball.
I know. And
And it's rolling on you.
And hiring him a little over a year ago was a big, okay, I hope this pays for itself. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, this right here proves the fact that we're doing the same things, but we're getting the word out.
47 new members, and I guarantee you it's because of the social media platform that
Oh,
you guys
we
are
had
using.
people that say, you know, you're growing and we love your activities, and your chamber is the busiest chamber that we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we are incredibly busy because I just can't sit still.
Yeah.
Bad news. But the thing is, Russ is getting all of that out there. I mean, he's just pumping stuff out.
Right.
And you've met, most of my guests this year have been new members this year.
That's awesome.
I
And
mean,
they're awesome. Every one of Sean's a repeat, but we love it when he comes to the studio.
well, Sean's a repeat, but Sean was at the end of last year
Yeah.
with a brand new business, so his business is just about a year
Yeah.
old. And so we did another ribbon cutting for him because he's got a whole new. It's not even like he's moved. He's still in the same spot, but it's bigger and better and
Yep.
growing and awesome.
Absolutely.
But so it's really good stuff. We're also added a trip to Greece, which I've been
Yes.
talking about. We are now on the countdown. If you're interested in doing this, it is coming up. The 15th of December is the deadline for signing up for this. Get on this right away. This is something. There it is. $3,400 for 9 days. So it's March 25th to April 2nd, and it's filling up fast. We're going to take 50 people, which is awesome. We just had the Thanksgiving Arts and Crafts Festival last weekend. I love that show. It's just, people start Christmas shopping. It's small business
Yep.
weekend. We did signs for everybody this year, so they put them up in their windows. And people, we want to have a sidewalk sale, so we move the businesses to the sidewalk sale. Aliens! Oh my goodness. And we've got the Court Street, which is the historic street.
We got ghosts. It's okay.
We've got
Keep going. Keep going. You're running out of
To the
time.
rescue. Okay. So that we've got the vendors that are on Court Street. They're really high quality, fine crafts.
It's always been a great event.
And last
Absolutely.
weekend was snow place like Tarpon on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, I was astounded the first year I saw it. Snow coming off the roofs. They come in and they build a sled for the kids to come to slide
is
on the hill.
awesome.
It is phenomenal. The Christmas parade is coming up Saturday, December 10th.
Yep. We're going to stream it
We're
live.
going to stream it live. I'm excited. It's this Saturday. And also, we've got a ribbon cutting coming up on Thursday, the 8th, which is tomorrow. Or
Right.
no, it's next week. Excuse me.
Yep.
Oshi Sushi Hibachi. It's on Athens Street in the Docks. the old Paul Shrimp House.
Okay, yes.
Has had a makeover. I mean, major
renovation.
major renovation. They have bought the parking lot next to them as well. So
Oh,
there
they
is
did.
parking.
Oh, there's plenty of parking.
So there's
That's awesome.
parking for, and the food is phenomenal. If you go to our Facebook page, Tarpon Springs Chambers Facebook page, you'll see the luncheon that we did there, and the sashimi that I was served is on a bed of ice with a sculpture on it, an ice sculpture of a fish jumping to catch its tail, and a little blue light underneath it.
That's
It
awesome.
was beautiful. Food was phenomenal.
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, we had a great time on this. And then coming up in the new year, stay tuned, because we're going to have a board retreat in January. We are interviewing for some new board members, so I'm going to refreshing some people on the board, and it's going to be exciting. This retreat in January is going, which the board always does, passes our budget, introduces the new members and the old members together. We start looking at what can we do new and improved for the next year.
Been there, done that.
But it's always fun. I do not have a facilitator come in because we don't want it structured. We want it unstructured because we
Organic is better.
get more stuff that
Gosh,
way.
we're out of time.
I know. That's what we've got going on. See, I told you it was a little slower.
Thank you for all the great guests. You always just knock it out of the park.
I'm excited.
It's never dull, ever.
It's never dull when you walk in our office either.
That is very true.
So-
Thank you for watching My Chamber TV today. And you know what? This has been the Tarpon Springs edition. We will see everybody next week on My Chamber TV. See ya.